This is part two of this of the ongoing series about how primary elections technically could be considered, uh, basically voter suppression. Currently live in the state of Pennsylvania, and they have closed primaries here, where where I'm a registered independent. I vote for people, not Republican, Democrat. And in local elections, and I've actually seen this happen already, where sometimes elections can be decided, especially on the local level, in the primaries. And unless you choose to switch your party, which, okay, you go online, only takes a few minutes, no big deal. But still, if you don't feel that either the Democratic or the Republican candidate is the right person for the job, well, guess what? You have to wait for the main elections. Not only do you have to wait for the main elections, but you have to hope that both a Democrat and Republican win in the primaries, because realistically, for an independent, I know here in Lehigh Valley and pretty much in Pennsylvania, and it may be the same way where you live, that the Democratic, one of the two parties or an independent or third party candidate is still, even in 2018, is still very difficult to win, especially when you don't have. There's another side to that, which I actually want to contact some independent third-party candidates about before I get into it. But the two parties have a major jump on with primaries, especially closed primaries, versus the main election. But anyway, I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to take this a major step deeper and farther here, where I actually talked to a couple of people about this, and they brought it up to me, and I agree with them. Where we're in our modern society, isn't it time we just did away with the party system? Period. I mean, I would rather, again, you may agree with me, you may not agree with me, but I would rather see ads. I would rather hear about and learn about candidates who, wow, you see them, instead of having, paid for by a Democratic, Republican Party, where, third party, whatever. I would just rather see, meet the people and have, meet the people and learn about them through ads and through personal research, than having to deal. Then, oh wow, well, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a third party. It's like, we're in 2018. We're in the modern society. Especially the two-party system, and maybe the party system across the board, has become so outdated and so archaic that it actually shows that, and proves that here in the United States, that in, maybe possibly in your country, where how far behind we really are. Why not just, I will give credit to my state representative, Mark Schlossberg. I think it was 2 years ago I spoke with him about this, and he said it right in front of a bunch of people, where, hey, there's basically there's no reason why we can't just have one election and that's it, instead of having two, and then having to do complicating and confusing the process even more, especially with the possibility of voter fraud through various methods, in with everything slowly going computerized, etc., etc., etc. Where it just seems to me that maybe I'm just a little too advanced, thinking too far ahead. But I'm 47. I've been a registered voter since I was 18, and it's time to modernize everything. It's time to live in the modern world with our elections and with our political system in general, and say, you know what? Yes, I'm a Democrat. Yes, I'm a Republican. Yes, I'm a third party. Yes, I'm an independent. Whatever your political stance is, and whatever politically you believe in. But you know what? I want to look at it. I'm like myself. I'm an independent. I want to look at everybody, and not only that, but especially Democrats, and even to a point the Republicans, lately have been really pissing me off. I was a registered Democrat for most of my life, and all of a sudden, guess what? I'm a registered Republican in the primaries now, because the Democratic Party recently just pissed me off too much. But again, going back to the point of, why can't we just, if I was going to run for office, I wouldn't say, wow, I'm an independent. By the way, that will never happen for multiple reasons. I would not say, wow, I'm an independent, vote for me. I would say, hey, look, my name is Michael Phoenix. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe. I really, truly, and sincerely want to know what you think. I want to know what you believe the problems are, and how we can fix them together. Not, wow, I'm an independent, and this, or I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, whatever third party, Libertarian, Green, whatever, and I have to think and say this because that's the party I'm affiliated with. No, it's time it's time we moved on and evolved from this. If I fully expect you to, to disagree with me, to agree with me, but that's why this is called an editorial and opinion. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. I know here in the Lehigh Valley it's supposed to get frigid and we're supposed to have some severe winter weather coming up. But please, above everything else, please go to Thanks to Sponsors page. Support those people and businesses, because without them, I say it's the end of every article, and I truly mean it and seriously believe in it. Without them, none of this could happen. And everybody out there, for all the support, thank you so much, because without you, there'd be no point to it. Under 2 months until spring, I'm a warm weather person, what can I say?